Welcome everybody to another Community Fit, and in particular a Move Lab Dynamic. I'm your host, James. If you are just joining us for the first time ever, welcome. There's only one thing you need to know about anything to do Move Lab, and that is whether you're here in Dynamic or you join us on Tuesdays for Foundations. Whatever it is you're doing it totally, completely correctly. Whatever choices you're making are the right choices because there's no wrong way to move. Our goal is to create some awareness about how am I moving? How are the bits and pieces of my body fitting together into a whole person? And then discerning what feels like the next right move, what feels like something I need to do now. When do I need a break? When do I need some nervous system work? When do I just need a pause? So we always start off with a little bit of breathing. So that's what we're going to do, right into our nervous system regulation exercises and then into our movement practice. So I stick around at the end to answer any questions you might have. And don't forget to join us tomorrow for our last reset and restore, having everything to do with tension. Because next week we transition. Next week we transition into a whole new set of experiences, really more to do with the entirety of the body. So without further ado, go ahead and sit, relax. Remember that right now we're focusing on lower body. So if you're new to class, you're like, wow, that's a lot of low body work. It's on purpose. We spent the last couple of months sort of deep diving into upper versus lower body work and then kind of switched it halfway through. So we're finishing out some low body stuff, and we're just going to begin to bridge together some of the stuff we played with, because I know you've been practicing. I know you've been playing with some of this stuff on your own time, and if not, you're going to learn real quick today that maybe more practice is exactly what you need. And just take a notice of what was difficult from today, what was enjoyable from today, and then just keep playing and practicing with those things. Now, for the breath work for today, we're just going to do an exaggerated exhalation, meaning quick, short inhale, long, extended exhalation. Timing it is up to you, or not timing it. Let's go ahead and get started. Maybe our inspiration is like a quick gulping inhale, pause, and then an exhale like you're blowing out a candle. And like the candle doesn't quite want to blow out, and you're just going to keep blowing. Let's do 5. On that exhale, let your posture shift, like you're deflating. 3 more. Last 2. One more. Bring your hands together, get them warmed up. Take your nice warm hands, place them either onto your cheeks, your jaw, your throat, your chest, your belly, your armpit, wherever it would feel good. Have that nice warm touch. Then you can keep your hands wherever they are, or let them rest. Start your orientation practice, beginning to look around the room and just intaking the room. Noticing what's above, below, behind, right and left of you. And then just rocking right and left. It can be big, it can be small. Then stretch your legs out in front of you. Imagine your hands are going to dip into imaginary paint of your favorite color choice of the day. They're going to paint the totality of your legs. Front, back, inside, outside. Starting with some feet work, kind of sit back, flex your feet, take a look at your toes. If you've been in Move Lab any length of time, you know some of these exercises. As you point, monitor the toes that they're not scrunched, but they're as long as they can get. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex, left foot points. Swap. Swap. Taking a look, is the movement pleasing to your eye? Like, what do you notice and how can it be pleasing? Flex, toes curl over, point, toes come back, flex. Toes curl over, all 10 of them. Watch that your feet aren't sickling or changing shape, it's just the toes. Over, flare, back. One more. Over, point, flare, back. Circles at the ankle joints. And reverse, circles at the ankle joints. Circles at the hip joints. Knees and feet moving at the same time, reverse. Last one. Good. Bring them together, kind of fire log position, one in front of the other. Reach forward, stretch, or reach all the way forward and back. One more. Exchange legs. Whichever version of that exercise works best for you. Something we've covered a whole bunch. And again, if you're new, maybe it's small, or maybe it's big. Roll back, swap, roll. Back, swap, move. Back, swap, move. One more. Back, swap, move. Come to the back. Leave whatever leg is in front. Bring the other one to the side. I'm going to kind of move like this so you can see me better. Flex the feet. Arms go behind you. Knees swap. Knees swap. Notice how my feet don't travel. It's just knees. Over. Over. Last two. Last one. From there, rolling all the way back. Legs go up to a tabletop. Hands go on the front of the knees. Knees push into hands as arms resist. Like you're really trying to bring those knees in and you're really pushing. Tension. Hold. Change your mind. Put your hands on the tops of your knees. Knees try to push up. Hands pull down. Relax. Hands to the outside of your knees. Knees try to open. Hands try to push in. And then hands on the inside. Knees trying to pull together. Hands resisting. Relax. Take your left leg, put it down. Right leg lifts up. Right leg goes up and down. Or slide this leg straight, and this leg goes up and down. From there, maybe I even want to go into a circle. And then reverse. Swap legs, up and down, up and down. And circle. Reverse. Both legs go down. Bend the knees, they go up. Bend the knees, they slide back down. Bend the knees, they go up. Bend the knees back down. If you've got that, what about bending to go up, lowering down? Bending to go up, lowering down. If you've got that, what about lifting up, lowering down? Lifting up, circle, up, reverse, circle, up. One more each way. Bend, rest, arms down, bridging up, rolling down. Bridging up, rolling down. Make a choice. Change where your feet are. Up and down. Leave your right foot there, move your left foot somewhere else. Up, down. Leave your left foot there, right foot somewhere else. Up, down. Change your mind again. Up, down. Two more. Change. Up, down. One more. Up and down. Bring your knees together. Drop them to the left and to the right. Left and right. Drop them towards your screen. Roll over onto your side. Once you're there, slide those legs straight. I'm going to come up here because this is easier for me to teach than down here. You make your choice. Hips are stacked. Where are you? Up and down, up and down, up. Now you can stay there or you can really go up, really go down. You may even want to trace the leg and go up and down. Caress and trace the leg. You may want to take your foot in front and then behind. You may even want to lift, bend, and up, and then start to play. What are all of the different ways my leg can move with keeping the hips relatively stacked? What choices am I making in my body, consciously or unconsciously? What's going on? And rest. Other side. Flip it over. Get yourself organized. And then make some choices. Maybe you just want to tiptoe into this and kind of play a bit. Could even do the caressing, tracing up. And I could go in front or behind. I could even keep it up, bend and straighten, or out in front of me, bend, straighten, reach behind me, and then begin to play. And relax. Rolling onto your stomach. Come up to your forearms, just like we do in the upper body classes, kind of push down. Keep the front of your hips relatively rested, and then bend one knee. Straighten it. Bend the other knee. Straighten. And just begin to notice, does the front of my body on the mat stay relatively still? Or is there a lot of movement? What choices are happening here? and maybe both. Maybe I even want to play with some different feet position. Flex and points. 2, 1, lay down, feet come together, knees open up a little wider. Right foot caresses left, and then vice versa. And rest. Hands go underneath your armpits onto the floor, push. Tuck your toes, all of them, and kind of sit back towards them, and then forward. Sit back and forth. Back and forth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, you can stay there and do that, or point, sitting back. Big toes together, heels open, kind of cupping your rear, and then rock right and left. From there, instep of the left foot goes onto the arch of the right foot. I sit back and I rock. Little massage on that right foot. Change feet, right on top of left, and rocking. Forward yet again, tucking the toes if you're following the sequence, sitting back. Walking yourself backwards, getting that stretch. Here you can either just stay or just a little bounce. Release, a little pounding of those feet. Hands and knees position. Check in, the back of the neck is long, arms are pushed down, knees are where they're at, and you liberate the left leg and just let it begin to move. Keeping the rest of the body relatively still, where can that leg go? And then what changes if you allow that leg movement to move the rest of the body? Gets a little bigger as things get more and more integrated. And then relax. Get yourself set up, other side. Nothing else really gets to move other than the leg. It gets to move wherever it wants to move. And then, as that leg gets to move other bones, other muscles, you'll notice the movement gets bigger. And reset. If you have it available to you, sitting back, head on top of ribs, on top of hips, and we're up, and we're down. You can always roll something up and place it underneath the hips, in between the knees and the calves. Now I can keep going up, or I could get a little side-to-side movement and start to come up and back down. And I go up and I go back down. Two more. One more, stay up with it. Tuck the toes, match strike left leg forward and back. Right and back. Left and back. Right and back. Left, hold, lunge into it, lunge into the back leg. One more. Center, other side. Center, match, strike. One leg goes forward, weight shift. Can I hover and down? Replace. Forward, forward, hover, down, replace. And if I've got that, hover, up. Same leg goes back. And if I've got that, well, I can come up, kick, back, down. Up, kick, back, down. Up. One more each side. In, up. Take a little walk. Just kind of letting everything rest. You may even want to go into your nervous system work. Now that we're up, both feet about as wide as you believe your body, back a bit, as wide as you believe your body to be. From there, weight shifting outside of the right sides of the feet and left, rolling to the right and the left. Center, weight shifting into the toes, weight shifting into the heels so that the toes lift. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Weight shift into the heels. To the left, toes, right, heels. Making that circle around the feet. Reverse. And relax. From there, hinging backwards at the hips and forward. Sending my tailbone and my hip joints backwards and then forward. Back and forth. I go back so much I have nowhere to go. I bend the knees, straighten the knees, hips, hips, knees, knees, hips. I can continue there. I can make it a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. Back, down, up, forward. One more. I can make it as big as I can get it. Back, down, up, forward. Down, up, forward. One more. Now, how deep can you go? Bring your feet a little bit closer. Back, down, up, forward. Can I get as deep with my feet closer? A little closer. Two more. One more. Shake it out. Bring your feet about 1 foot distance apart from each other. Weight shift into your toes, lift your heels, and back down. Weight shift gently forward to go up and back down. Resist the urge to hinge or shove the hips. Can it be an up action and a down? 2, 1. Now, lift your left heel, and as it's sitting down, the other one's already lifting. Take a look at the horizon line in front of you. Can that horizon line stay relatively still? And then change your mind and add in a tiptoe down, tiptoe down, tiptoe down, tiptoe down, hold, horizon line stay still, swap, 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 tiptoe down, one more, tiptoe down, hold, swap, 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 rest. From there, come to the back edge of your mat. Dip your hands into imaginary paint. Paint the legs all the way towards the feet, all the way back up. Painting down, painting up, painting down, painting back up. Tiptoe, walk on your mat on your tiptoes. Rest. Lift all of your toes. Walk on your mat without any toes touching the floor. Can you get a knee bend in there versus like a Tin Man walk? Can all the toes stay up and still walk relatively normal? How about back to your tiptoes? Can I be on my tiptoes and still walk relatively normal versus Tin Soldier? And rest. Come to your mat or whatever you got. Take a step outwards and then bring it in. Lateral walking. Other way. Right back. And back. From there, come to the center. Go into whatever version of the squat you have. Could be here, could be down here. Your choice. Once you decide where that squat is, can you stay that low and walk around your mat a bit? How about walking around on your mat without any toes? Just a little play game. How about walking around your mat with no heels? Rest. Take a little walk. From there, go down to seated. Stretch your legs out in front. Open them relatively wide. Paint the leg. Back up. Paint the leg. Back up. Painting. Up. Painting. Up. Little nervous system work to round it all out. Put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep inhale into your own heart. Tell yourself thank you for showing up. Take a look around your space. Tell your space thank you. What are you going to remember to practice from today? What was hard? What was fun? What was silly to do? Then take a look at your community. Anyone in the room, anyone on screen, dogs, cats, small animals included. Thank you for inviting us into yours and for being a part of our community. I'll stick around for just a moment and I'll see y'all very, very soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Doesn't look like there are any questions, comments, or concerns, so I'll see y'all very soon. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Raymond.